Shalom. First and foremost, I like to give all praises and honor and glory that's definitely due to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem Rekah Kradash from the Prophets in Babylon out of the Waco, Texas camp, affiliated with the branch of Prophets in Babylon, Tampa Bay, Florida. I'm your brother Atiyat. I like to give a special double honors to the elders and apostles on down at Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the elect. May the blessing of election be upon your household, on you sincere brothers and you few sisters out there that listen and take heed. And lesson for today, although you're still suffering, you women are still suffering, you're still proud and prideful. And Lord willing, I hope and pray that this will be edifying. So I was inspired to do this video because I was listening to the brother from GMS Kansas City Prophets, and he was showing his video was about Isaiah 4:1, and a lot of these women out here, are really suffering, but at the same time, you would think, okay, you're suffering, maybe not having a place to live, maybe not having transportation to get to where get to a job, or maybe you don't have a job. You would think that, maybe, me being proud, maybe me being prideful, maybe if I come in a humble spirit, a meek, lowly spirit, maybe Yahweh Hashem outside would deal with me, but like the scriptures say, because the woman was not given, let me go into that. Because a lot of you women are going to suffer, and you're suffering now, but at the same time, you're prideful. The brother was showing women, it was a video where the brother was showing where you got women who are living in storage units, and you're still in the spirit of being proud, it's crazy because a woman will say, she was saying this, which was crazy to me. She was like, I don't have to worry about paying the rent. You got to worry about paying rent. And I'm like, wow, but you have nowhere to stay. You basically stay in a storage unit. If you stay in that, then you had some women, they were staying in, basically living out of their cars. They go to their job. They may stop at a Walmart or what have you and clean themselves up, take a duck bath, as they call it, which really a woman should be, completely should be taking a bath, not a shower, but a bath. And a lot of these women are doing it, and they still have this prideful mindset, So, I mean, you would think that, hey, maybe it's something I'm doing wrong. But see, the thing about these women, they take no accountability for their actions, in this society that we live in, women are not held accountable, but the Lord is taking score. In other words, he's seeing everything that's going on with a lot of these women, how their spirit is. And a lot of these women's spirit is not right. Talking about the 2/3 of Israel, beginning with the women of Judah, our women, on down to Issachar. But it begins with Judah because they've been struck the hardest because, it's being brought out in Isaiah 3:16-26. So Salakia for the rant, but this is Job chapter 39 verse 17. Because Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai have deprived her of wisdom. Yeah, so the woman hasn't been given wisdom. This is why she needs direction. But see, in this society that we live in, the Esau has made her the ruler over the household, Neither have he imparted her understanding. Yeah, so You know, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai gave the man, he being the head, he was given wisdom, he was given understanding, especially a man of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. You have that spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai on you. You have a, you can, you've been given wisdom. You've been given understanding. Understanding is through these scriptures. And so a lot of you women, you don't have that. You have a spirit of pridefulness. You have a spirit of proudness. And the crazy part about it is like, dang, they're still going to these places, in that mindset, that high society mindset, still walking around with these, with all this makeup and so on and so on, going to a job. And the thing about it, you would think that you would be in a spirit of being humble, but you're not. You still want to be in a prideful, proud spirit. And you're living in a storage cell. Some of you are living in a storage unit. Some of you are living in your car. I saw another video with the brother showed where one woman was saying she was going to leave. She was going to stop paying rent and everything. She put all her stuff in her car, and all of a sudden the car wouldn't work. So it just shows you, man, you need Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. And a lot of you women are going to suffer. And Isaiah, really, right now, Isaiah 4:1 is coming into fruition. But you women are fighting it so much. So the Lord is going to have to take away more from you. It's not enough that you're staying in a storage unit. It's not enough that you're living in your car. You got to take a duck bath or put your makeup on in Walmart. Or one woman was saying she had a job, and the job allows her to, I guess she works at a gym. So the job allows her to be able to take a shower at the gym, which really she should be taking a bath, but she takes a shower at the gym. She's able to change her clothes and go to another job or go to wherever she want to go to. Then there was another woman where she was, bragging about, I'm homeless, but I can still go out on dates and things of that nature, And it just shows you that a lot of these 2/3 women, that's 2/3 material, because a lot of these women are, again, they're proud, they're prideful, and the Lord hates pride, And so a lot of these women are going to suffer when Jacob's trouble hits full throttle, which right now we're in Jacob's trouble. We're already in it. And a lot of these women are suffering, but they don't want to take no accountability, And it reminds me of this scripture right here. Now, this scripture, it really applies to all of Israel, the 2/3 of Israel. But when you think about it, it also applies, but in Pacific right now, I'm just talking about these women. Okay, Isaiah chapter 1 and verse 5. Why should ye be stricken any more? Ye will revolt, and more and more. The whole head is sick and whole heart is faint. And that's what you women are in that same spirit right now. You've been stricken more and more. Why be stricken more and more? Because you're going to revolt. And that's exactly what's going on. The more Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is taken away from you, the more prouder you get. I mean, when a woman sits there and talks about, well, you got to worry about paying rent, I don't. I mean, but still, you have nowhere to, change your clothes if you're living in a car. Or you got to go to Walmart to change your clothes, or your job and things of that nature. And that's crazy, man. And then you still want to be, in that spirit of pridefulness. crazy. So Isaiah chapter 3, and I'll start here in verse 16. Moreover, the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai saith, Yahweh being the name of the Heavenly Father, which means He is or He exists. And then you have the Son's name, Yahweh Shai, which people eagerly call Jesus, but His name is Yahweh Shai. Okay. Moreover, the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai saith, because the daughters of Zion are haughty and walk with the stretched forth necks and one-time eyes, walking and mincing as they go, and making a tinkling with their feet. Now these are the same women that you could probably identify as having, nowhere to lay their heads right now, who are sleeping in cars. They're still in that same spirit, because most likely they were trying to live beyond their means, which a lot of these women, they do. They want to live a high life, but they don't know how to manage money. And that's why another reason why you need a man to guide you. But these women, they're not in the spirit to want to be guided, and that's why they're going through what they're going through. Therefore, the Lord will smite a scab, the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion, meaning that the Lord is going to take away their hair. Because we know in the scriptures, it tells you that the glory of a woman is her hair. And so a lot of these women, that's what they've done. They've lost their hair, And the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai will discover their secret parts. In that day, the Lord will take away the bravery of their tinkling ornaments about their feet, their calls, and their round tires like the moon, the chains and the bracelets and the mufflers, the bonnets, the ornaments of the legs and the headbands and the tablets and the earrings, the rings, the nose jewels, the changeable suits of apparel. Yeah, this one woman, she was talking about she's able to, being that she works at a gym, she's able to, well, she has 2 jobs, but but no place to lay her head. So she says that, she can change her clothes at the gym where she works at and go to her other job, So, it's going to get so bad out here in Jacob's trouble that the Lord is going to take all these different things away from them. See, right now, they don't have no shelter, but they're still able to go put their makeup on, eyelids, what have you, so on and so on. Get your nails done, whatever. See, you can do all these things right now. But once the Lord takes all this stuff down, when this system completely shuts down, a lot of you women are going to really suffer. But right now, you're suffering and you're still proud. So the Lord's got to take all these things away from you in order to see the error of your ways. And even then, you women probably still ain't going to get it because you have no wisdom, you have no understanding. The changeable suits of apparel, and the mantles, and the wimples, and the crisping pins, the glasses, and the fine linen, and the hoods, and the veils. You see a lot of these women running around here with these veils and bonnets, and so on and so on. And it shall come to pass that instead of sweet smell, there shall be stink. Yeah, and a lot of these women are in that state right now. But it's going to get even worse once Jacob's trouble hits full throttle. And instead of a girdle, a rent, and instead of a well-set hair, baldness, and instead of a stomacher, a girdling of sackcloth, a burning instead of beauty. Thy men shall fall by the sword, and thy mighty in the war. Yeah, so you got civil war that's going to jump off here in America, and then you got also men who are going to go overseas and fight in World War III. And a lot of them are going to lose their lives. They're going to lose their lives in this civil war as well, And her gates shall lament and mourn, and she be desolate, shall sit upon the ground. Yeah, so the Lord is going to have to take, it's not enough that you have nowhere to lay your head. So the Lord's going to have to take all those other things that you love, these earrings, these getting your nails done, all these little different things that because these women, even though they have no shelter, they're still getting their, all of the things that they like. But the Lord's gonna have to take all that away, you know. And it's so crazy that this shows you how strong that pride is, because these women don't even they're they ain't right, man. And like I say again, they're living beyond their means, you know. And so you look at scriptures like First Timothy chapter 6, you know, the Lord makes it simple. You know, this is what Paul said in First Timothy chapter 6 and verse 8. And having food and raiment, let us be therewith content. Yeah. So, you know, having food and raiment, that's what you need, you know. Food, clothing, you know. Let me get another one here. It's let's see. Sirach chapter 29 and 21. The chief thing for life is water, bread, clothing, and a house to cover shame. And a lot of these women, they don't have that right now. They don't have nowhere to cover their, you know, having shelter to cover their shame, you know. But they want to still be in the spirit of being proud, you know. And this is why you're in that situation. See, again, a lot of you women are going to have to take accountability for, you know, being how you are, you know, being in that spirit, you know. So, you know, again, Isaiah 4 and 1, because it's going to really come into effect. And a lot of these women are going to be left out because of that prideful, proud spirit that they have on them. Now, that's, I will say this, you know, and the scriptures do say that there will be women that'll be preserved, you know, but a lot of you women who are in that spirit of being proud and prideful and things of that nature, you're gonna suffer even more because the Lord hates a prideful person, man. Isaiah 13 and 12. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. So the Lord is going to make his men precious, you know, and Lord willing, we're waiting for those things, you know. And so, and it's going to happen. It's just a matter of time, because we can see in the spirit things are getting increasingly worse. We see a lot of you women are suffering even more. All we got to do is go on certain social media outlets, and some brothers have multiple social media outlets to be able to do more lessons. Me myself, I pretty much stay with, you know, YouTube, you know. So that's how I get a lot of my things to do videos on, you know. But a lot of brothers are on other social media outlets, and they see a lot of these things going on with these women, because a lot of them are complaining about their situations, you know. But at the end of the day, those are the situations you put yourself in, you know. A man that no longer wants to deal with you, maybe it's because of your attitude, you know. But a lot of times you women won't take accountability for that, and maybe it's because your choice of men, because these days women can choose who they want to be with and who they don't want to be with. See, in ancient times, this is why the scriptures say go back to and learn the old paths, you know, because the old paths benefited the nation of Israel. Being that we're not on the, you know, being that the majority of Israel are not back on the old paths, guess what? They're suffering from learning all these new philosophies that Esau brought into effect. You know, so now the women choose who they sleep with. And a lot of times the men that they sleep with are not a good choice, and you know, they ain't right. And then some of them may be right, but they can't deal with you because of your attitude, you know? So at the end of the day, these women don't want to take accountability, but Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is going to make them take accountability. So again, we're going to read Isaiah. I'm going to go into Isaiah 4:1. Like I said, I know you brothers are real familiar with it. And again, this does not pertain to women who are seeking Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. It's only these women who are in that prideful mindset, that prideful, proud mindset. You know, and a lot of them out here, you can see it in the spirit. If the spirit is dealing with you, you can see that spirit on these women, man. They don't want to be told nothing, you know, and that's why they're suffering. That's why the scriptures tell you, and I'm going to get that too, Proverbs 9:13. But Isaiah 4:1. And in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread, wear our own apparel, only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. Yeah, so these women, you know, 7, that's just a number. But it could be multiple, it could be more than 7, you know. But all these women are going to be in that spirit. They don't care if you have a woman. They're going to want to be with you as well, because they see a spirit on us that's not going to be on other men, you know. And so, you know, we're going to be able to decipher and look and see if their spirits are right. You know, the Lord's going to enhance that on us. We're going to see it. And we're going to see it through the spirit. Okay, well, we'll deal with you. Nah, we ain't going to deal with you. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of these, when that time comes, you know, the women are in the spirit to survive. And they'll do it by any means. And, you know, if you're not sincere, the spirit is going to reveal it. And you're going to be quickly rejected. Just that simple. But right now, these women are our enemies, you know. Proverbs chapter 9 and verse 13. A foolish woman is clamorous. She is simple and knoweth nothing. Yeah, so these women are clamorous, which a lot of them which clamorous means loud. Simple and knoweth nothing. Yeah, see, in this world, they got a lot of this Edomite knowledge that they have attained. They've learned the ways of the heathen. So they think they know everything, but they don't. They don't know this truth, you know. We're learning this truth, you know. The Lord is embracing us. He's blessed us to have this knowledge to understand, you know, and we're growing and growing, you know. But see, them, they don't have that. And so a lot of these women are in this spirit right here. Micah chapter 7 verse 10. Then she that is my enemies shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushua thy God? My eyes shall behold her, now shall she be trodden down as the mire of the streets. Yeah, see, a lot of these women, they don't believe in God. You know, they'll tell you, you know, they don't believe in Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. They don't even know the names of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. You know? So all their God is basically Esau. You know, what Esau do for them. That's why a lot of them are on these government subsidies and so on and so on, you know, and it's going to be to their detriment, you know. So again, we're coming into a time like no other, and it's best that you women get out of that spirit of being proud, get out of that spirit of being prideful, because at the end of the day, the Lord hates a prideful person, and he's going to deal with you. You know, it's best to be in a spirit of lowliness, meekness, and humbleness, you know. So, Lord willing, I hope and pray that this is an edifying lesson. Once again, I want to give all praises and honor and glory that's definitely due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rekakradash. Special double honors to the elders and apostles on down at Great Millstone. One say the water to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai for putting the spirit on me to do this lesson. And until the next time, Lord willing, I'll say shalom.